Hello and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Terra Invicta as Humanity First. Picking up again at the beginning of a stream. We're still, well, I suppose we are actually now on the attack again. We have Foxtrot 800 on its way out to Vesta to destroy and probably eventually seize some assets from the servants. Notably, this is a nice source of nobles and other resources, mostly nobles. Taking the nobles away from the servants here. We also have to destroy this. This base in particular has to be destroyed. When we get there, we will take... we're like getting 9.9 out of it with a tier 3 mine. I think the base is what we were seeing if we were out here. I think this is the base we're seeing. So I think it's 4.3, that kicking up to 9.9. I don't think they have quite such the large multiplier we do. Any way I can check what my multipliers are? I'm thinking about faction modifiers. Yeah. Okay, so oh, those are actually multiplier off of each other. I did not notice and did not know that. 15 times 15, so total 32.3 because 15% times 50% apparently stacks in this situation. And then we have another 30% from space mining and refining. Again, I think that 30% and this 32% multiply off of each other. That's the modifier. I feel like we're missing some numbers here from the multipliers. 10, 10, 5, 5. I think we're getting more than that. Am I missing a category counting here? Oh, each category has a name associated with it. Okay, that's gonna complicate things. Okay, I might not be able to find the modifier I'm looking for. Because I think this is not including account start modifier, so I'm guessing. Yeah, I think I probably have a bigger modifier than they do. Yeah, it's presumably not space mining output bonus. See if we can search bonuses up there, see what we're getting. Of course, that would not be surprised. Maybe this is the research bonuses, right? So, yeah, this must be the research bonuses. Can I see somewhere where we've got the nationwide or the faction-wide bonuses? Okay, so I can see before and after. So we're producing, and this we have it in daily here. We're producing 915 nobles a day. We're consuming. No, that has to be monthly. Yeah, okay, that is monthly. Making 915 monthly. We're spending 474.7 a month. So not a good workout for what the modifiers are on this screen, but decent breakdown here. Getting an idea what we're getting, what we're spending. You can see mostly we're getting a lot of money because we're spending a lot of money, sort of thing. Yeah, most of these are fairly easy to check, and we can see where we're getting the breakdown from all the bonuses and where they're coming from, where expenses are. Oh, I guess the ships don't cost any water and volatiles while they're flying. Interesting. Yeah, the bases are major consumption of everything. We suppose we could sort by what is our biggest noble consumer, which is Shipyards, probably. Space works, yeah. 5 space works, eat a bunch of nobles. Command center. That's probably a different shipyard. Yeah. Different shipyard? Yeah. Oh, no, materials. Materials will have to take quite a bit as well. Okay. And then we're actually not using very many radioactives. We're making decent amount of radioactives. Yeah. Shame that I don't necessarily know where we can find a summative of our modifiers from orgs, specifically. From the mining perspective. Because I know that where we were looking for, which is the faction modifiers, do not include the org modifiers. Yeah, I think these are all the tech bonuses. Right, so we've got both, got all the doubles, right? Each of these has 2 techs related to them, with the exception of space mining refining, which has 4 apparently. And we have all those techs. We have all the tech bonuses. Okay. Before I get too off track, let's get actually starting the game here and playing
Standing by for orders.
So back on Earth, we are almost done, I think, with stabilizing the EU. We got the government and Unity coming along to get rid of the regions with hostile claims. We're down below 1 there. It's good to see. In the Caliphate, we took over Iran, which kicked us up to as far as 4. We got it down to negative 2.2, so we're running government Unity there for the same reason. Over in China, we're trying to improve the environment before we try to fix the economy. African Union, we're trying to stabilize the economy enough. Well, actually, arguably at this point, I should probably start to slow roll the economy a bit. What we really want is the combo. And I suppose well, actually, can the African Union armies leave? Don't think they can. One of them apparently got destroyed, because I know we used to have 2 here. Probably wasn't paying attention. Lost one of them. Anyway, so yeah, I think how many were you? Oh, the EU armies are here as well. Throwing off the math. With the cohesion, assuming that cohesion holds, we can probably pull back on the environment and the welfare, plop into environment here. Because if we can fix the environment, then we don't have to feel the negative side effects of improving the economy as much, which is a raise in the global climate change. The concern with raising global climate change rates is it drags our GDP down. So what we care about right now is sort of stabilizing nations so that I can either expand them or ignore them. So once the EU is, for example, restabilized, well, the EU, we were in the middle of shoving Switzerland into it, which is currently on cooldown. 85 days. 85 days we can push it in.
Standing
okay,
by.
So you're also saving up for 160 for Rich. And everyone else doesn't. Oh no, you have XP to spend. Are you admin capped? You're not admin capped. Your cap is 24. Oh, we were saving up for Project Administrator on you. Which we're going to want eventually anyway for the big years. And the +1 admin there. So, okay, so that's our counselor sorted. Unless we were going to pick up some mining orgs from the options, but there aren't any options for that, so we're good for the moment. Okay, where do I want to assign my counselors? We're done expanding the EU until we're off cooldown in Switzerland. Egypt is protected because it's held by the resistance. Israel is protected because it's held by the resistance. I suppose we're looking at Afghanistan, Pakistan to expand the Caliphate. Although there's maybe a concern with the expansion of the Caliphate that we're a little unstable there. I have someone set to advise.
Ready.
Yeah, I have someone set to advise there. So, yeah, I'll give you the 25% extra investment. You're set to advise the EU, but it's fine if we're not getting quite as many development points. We really care more about science there.
Ready for my mission.
We know we're going to lose control of Japan, although I think we're going to lose control of Japan to the Resistance, which, other than the fact that I don't appreciate them doing that to me, is fine and tolerable. Oh, I'm seeing here, we did let the Alien Administration pop up. There's maybe an argument to pick a fight with the Alien Administration. Who do they have as friends? Looks like the East mostly. Mongolia and such. Okay. Tech-wise, working on media literacy training. Do I have the Greater China one? No. Oh, I don't have the last one. I have most of them. So, for example, I can't do the Singapore merger yet. That's fine. This is North Africa, which we don't really need. I think we're going to push India into Caliphate this run, instead of have an independent India. Although, again, the Resistance holds India, so as long as the Resistance continues to hold it, we don't mind. That's the case for the United States. And Brazil. Okay, so either we or the Resistance control the mega nation, so that's a good place to see. Oh, I did not know that you were controlled by the Alien Administration. Yeah, I'm going to slow roll expanding against the Alien Administration. We're going to continue to expand Caliphate. But when we're done with that, I think we will pick a fight with the Alien Administration and start feeding its cores to places. Oh, this is a Caliphate core. So this would be one we did just do at war. Or the African Union. One of the two. Yeah, we got options. Okay. Yeah, let's continue. I'm gonna do Afghanistan and Pakistan into the Caliphate. Apparently, I can do Kyrgyzstan as well.
At your service.
Looking at 3% base, 59% base, 0% base. Okay, so let's purge you because I don't need to public campaign there.
Removing our enemies.
Your orders.
Get you public campaigning
Ready
in
for my
Afghanistan.
At your service.
You probably want to just work on a stabilize mission or a hunt mission. Looks like we're going to have you hunt alien assets. Just destroy an alien structure in the middle of the alien nation.
Going in hot.
Just to show off that we have like Black Ops potential here. Yeah, I think we're good to just confirm assignments, let some time pass. At the moment, we're being held up. I should have someone intercepting 111 or 1109 here. Yeah, that one. So I say continue. That was the warning they would be arriving, but we've got guys literally going to arrive on their arrival. Yeah. Engage. They're willing to fight. I'll see if the auto-resolve is enough to win this without us having to fight the battle. I think that is a no. So we're going to reject that, take this fight. I think we will get better than just damage ships, so we're fighting this. Okay, initially, direct fire at the mothership with a locked nose, and set the missile batteries to fire only at the designated target, please. The hope here is to put enough missiles through that we get through and do massive damage to the mothership. Put an engagement here. This is a fight that I'm not too worried if we lose. This is alien target coming to the Earth system. This is the obsolete old fleet. So if it does a decent showing, it does a decent showing. Yeah, 1,000 kilometers. We should see missiles flying. So there's the AI beginning their flanking maneuvers. Haven't quite crossed the 1,000 kilometer range, so the missiles aren't away. This I suppose is based on incoming trajectories. These are the missiles, so they actually have an 800 kilometer range based on how quickly the approach is. A little bit more time when they get away then. Yeah, the missiles are away. All missiles are away. Redirect fire to disabling the bigger flankers. Battleship's probably big enough to start with. We can see just the raw amount of firepower coming in. They're also hammering us with plasma. Okay, I think we've significantly damaged that one's maneuvering capacity already. Give it another volley or two before we swap to the next target. Get all the dreadnoughts firing at that battleship. Assuming we've actually taken the drives offline. I think we got a critical hit with the neutron lance there. Scratch one Lancer, that's not great to see, but it's fine. Guessing the missiles are gonna get through. Could probably do a repeat of this and see if we get the missiles going on a slightly better target. Also one of the dreadnoughts. Yeah, we did a better result than the auto-resolve, killing one of them. But that might be it. We might only get one. You know, we've lost the spinal lance on that one. Or was at that point we just point it. If it, assume it can turn around, point it at the mothership. This is one reason we're swapping over to the UV phasers. They're much better at punching up than kinetics. Maybe an argument to have just gone farther in on the spinal lances, but as you may have seen, they're not necessarily the best at killing things. They're a bit RNG with killing. Very good at causing massive system damage, but not necessarily good at killing. Lost the spinal lance on that one. Basically just the 5 fresh dreadnoughts. These guys are also firing Mark II coil guns, so they're not the best from a damage perspective. Actually surprising so many, as that number of large ships actually did flanking. Usually it's mostly the small ones that do it. Most of the small ones apparently stayed in formation. Okay, we're getting rounds off. We're now close enough. See if that's enough to actually get anything through the BD. Although it is only the heavy coil cannon at this range. Not the batteries yet. Batteries are 700 kilometers. This is probably one of the other things that's hitting these guns is... we do things like this happens and we lose the frontal cannon. Which reduces the firepower before we get into range with the batteries, Mark II batteries. It's not enough to sort of stomach the incoming point defense. Try swapping up to the flanking targets. There's less point defense up there, obviously. Might actually get a few kills that way. Of course, our point defense isn't enough, so they're getting through. We're going to start losing ships. Okay. They maneuver to avoid, then that's what we're going to get. Swap to a different target. That's about it. So yeah, we got a couple kills. It was a little bit better than the auto resolve, but not by much. Yeah, one destroyed, one heavily damaged, or two destroyed. Got two more than I actually got two more than the auto resolve.
I think we had a breakthrough.
I will help them.
Lending my expertise.
Proving the loyalty of the new arrival. I think what we'll do is we'll actually go around and I think I'll give in and do loyalty monitors, everyone. Just so we can make sure they're all at 20, like 20 loyalty. Political unity. Do you want welfare, or do I want knowledge? I suppose welfare would help with keeping the cohesion stable, so we'll do welfare.
We have moved the needle.
Successful treatment. Excellent, or of course the treatment is not free. Oh, no, it's just excellent. Give me that public opinion boost. I don't need that paltry amount of money. We get that in like 6 or 7 days.
Target destroyed.
There's media literacy completed. To be fair, this is mostly just conquering targets. This is giving China claims mostly on Japan, I think, is the 5 hostiles. And the other doesn't want to hear Singapore. I'm not ready. China's not stable enough yet for me to push Singapore into them. I think that would be a bad choice. This isn't super useful. It's not a follow-up to anything. We're not in North America. Don't need the Great African one. I think for the moment we might be pretty good down here. We're ready to lose control of Japan, so we don't need Japan expanding. I mean, most of the other ones down here I don't think are useful. Taiwan doesn't exist. In fact, Taiwan doesn't exist, just go obsolete that one. We don't need Egypt expanding, we're going to have Egypt merge into the Caliphate. Turkey doesn't exist anymore. That's the Iran growth, which doesn't matter anymore. East Germany. Don't need the Russia one. Oh, that probably would be worth doing. It's not on favorite list. We'll see where that sends up at the top. Going through the old unfavorited text, see if there's anything we want to on the list to prioritize. No revenue for selling to Earth. This is sabotage and steel, which is something we just don't bother with most of the time. Marine barracks is a good place for ops if you need ops. I don't need that much ops. Combat value in various areas. Although this is our army having those, so we might want those picked up. Yeah, let's go ahead and favor those while we're thinking about it. Not too worried about the thrust stuff. New councils having more XP. We've had one died to a nuke, one died to old age, so maybe prepping some more XP for the future ones would not be terrible. We're past tugs at this point. These are all the old drives we're not interested in. This is mostly all the old materials techs that we're not interested in. We skipped over a bunch of it. And other bridge techs. I suppose I was willing to spend a bunch of exotics. Exotic spike radiators is an option. Okay, let's do the selling the space resource option. Guess we do want to liquidate some of our stuff. I don't think that's likely to happen. There's the regime change officially taking place in Japan. Again, it went to the resistance. So we'll be on the lookout. If it goes to anyone besides the resistance, we'll try to take it back. Oh, these are replacement monitors. I should attach them to the appropriate fleet then. These are replacement monitors for you. I don't quite have the nobles yet to build another fleet.
Our associates were unable to
So that
take
makes it a bit of a
control.
shame that we did just lose a fleet. Although that's not the only fleet defending Earth. Hailstorm in Twitch chat said, howdy. Again, sorry I get a little bit focused on the game. As you can see, there's not necessarily a lot of chat here on Twitch. So sometimes a bit slow at responding to it. Here's... Oh, we lost the army.
Ready.
Resistance control, that's fine. Can you chat up the resistance? No, I know where the servants and the protectorate are, and I don't think the servants and protectorate are going to trade with us. For, reasons.
Taking it to them.
Okay. Let's confirm assignments and let time pass.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
Offering assistance.
Prepping for mission. Offering counsel.
arrived at low... Oh no, launches from Mercury. They'll be there in 42 days. So that's the reason we built up 15. 15 of those monitors should be able to take 18 ships on. Commercial mining company tech is done. That's fine. I think we're pretty much done with the social science for the moment. So I guess we'll move on to information science techs. And yeah, we do have a fleet in Earth orbit. That's not it. This one. This one's waiting for, I believe, the next assault ship batch coming in. That's why we didn't sally it to deal with the last batch. Did go to the highest budget? No, we're just doing it for the public.
Public
support.
sentiment is increasingly with us.
Oh, I should probably spend my influence. I'm stacking a little bit too much influence here. Here's our revenue going. Here we go. So the Resistance is declaring war on the alien administration. We'll focus on space and let them mostly handle Earth. Ooh, they've arrived at Vesta. So first we're going to clear out all resistance in the system. They're running. We'll do extended pursuit. We 2v4, but I think our 2 will easily handle them. Yeah, we take a little bit of damage there, but that's fine. Is there a orbital here? No. There are 3 sets of orbits, but there's no orbital. Okay. So then high-level bombardment, first of the servant space, and then of the other base. And then high-level bombardment of the other base. And we have a colony ship inbound. We'll have the colony ship... there's the colony ship arriving. Low Vesta orbit. I want you to join up with Foxtrot 800. And now that they're batched, if we do found platform, they'll all be at the same platform. This is a fusion platform, so we've got a fusion pile, construction module. We're going to want to do a space dock and a PDA. When the construction module is done, this location will be able to colonize the ground beneath it. I suppose the alternative is I could make... So this is the fusion platform. I could design it and make a fusion version that does the bases. Fusion platform. Yeah. Oh, and apparently this class doesn't a valid refit. So that means when the space dock is done, we'll be able to refit the platform to the outpost, outpost the planet, repair, outpost the asteroid, swap them back, and then we'll be ready to go on to the next location. That's actually a nice combo. Oh, I should have changed the name. Yeah, it'll be fine. Just have to remember to keep them. Remember, I'll have to remember.
Our people have
See if I
taken
remember.
control.
Took the first pointing. Kyrgyzstan. Yes, Kyrgyzstan's been left mostly alone and has been focusing on getting its GDP up. 35,000 for Kyrgyzstan's pretty good.
Ready for orders.
You have been going on long enough that you can be rich Next is Billionaire. I think Billionaire might be the last one. Then we're gonna have you purge the other point.
Targeting the opposition. Reporting in.
Oh, I do know where Resistance Counselor is now. Go say hi to the Resistance.
Initiating
The Resistance
contact.
might be willing to sell us nobles, which will allow us to get another ship fleet under construction.
I think we had a breakthrough.
Offering counsel.
Reaching out.
We wish that you would see your extremism harms the very people we're trying to protect.
Okay, so they are willing to sell. Now, the next question is, how expensive? I'm willing to give them a bunch of water. You down for like 64,000 water? Yeah. Give them the 2 times the, well, 20 times the water. They're on board with that. Give the Resistance fuel in exchange for us giving them them giving us a lot of nobles.
Offering assistance.
And that's getting a lot closer to being able to afford the new warships.
The people will come to our side.
I think our current ones are quite expensive. They're all purpose, do everything, but they're expensive as a side effect. They have arrived. Okay, sortie 7 for 1. They'll arrive in 16 hours. Or 1.6 hours, which is fine. That'll help in the base. Let's try to check the price on our new Titans. The Infernal. So we're like 1.2k nobles per ship. We want to build them like batches of 10. So expensive. Effective, but expensive. There we go. Got away with none of our ships being destroyed. Nice. That's an exchange ratio that we can handle, and obviously the aliens are not going to be able to handle. Oh, actually, no, we didn't get away with none of them being destroyed. 1 was destroyed. I should get a replacement then. 1 class for Monitor for Mercury. Done in 51 days. Good enough for defending Mercury, not enough Delta V to go anywhere else. Also good enough for defending Earth, really, but Earth they tend to send a little bit more. Yeah, given that we're trying to get rid of Kyrgyzstan, trying to get rid of the hostile claims, we'll take the malice to democracy. Because we're going to be running the government anyway to get rid of the hostile claims, so that just means we'll recover the democracy. Interesting that they negotiated peace. I was not expecting that. There's the core. It's going to be a little bit longer until we have the dock. Core, the BDA, and power plant are up.
We are in control now.
We're in full control of Kyrgyzstan. So we'll go ahead and make friends. When executive control is done in 105 days, we can push to make it part of the Caliphate Federation. and now have executive control in Switzerland. So next cycle we'll have Switzerland approach the EU.
Ready for my mission. Heading to the capital. Where do you need
See if we can get a little bit more nobles. We'll just go ask politely for the
establishing
resistance.
contact?
Here we're saving up for project administrator, which is 80. Here's science. We take the science. Do I want to save it for Unifier? Yeah, let's save it for Unifier there. We're not going to save it for Affluent. Although I suppose you're saving it still for your science, so I'll keep saving for science. Let's confirm assignments, let time pass.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
We're getting pretty close there to
Lending my
having them up to 20.
expertise.
Yeah.
I will report when my mission is complete. Making contact.
We wish that you would see your extremism harms the very people we're trying to protect.
Can I sell you, like, a bunch of metal? Make it work. They must be valuing this nobles more. If I throw a bunch of money at them. Unacceptable, and the noble, and the metal. Generous trade. Okay, I don't want to quite give you a generous trade. Maybe it's the 9,000. Yeah. Okay. It's a little overpriced, but I can work with a little overpriced. That gets me another fleet under construction, which will immediately get queued up. Titans are the PD ships. So if we pop over to Mars, we do 4 of the Demogorgons. And then the Frontal Block 4s are my Plasma Battery armed ones. For when the massive ultraviolet phaser cannon up front is not enough to murk a ship, chip all the armor off, so the plasma cannons have their day, or the laser cannons have their day. Okay, so there we go. So that means orbit is now, or the shipyard's now here. So we're gonna split this fleet. Split off the gunship, for example. You're gonna repair and resupply, which is gonna take you 70 days. You apparently need to repair and resupply before you can do your refit. So we'll do the refit. Apparently it's actually gonna take 9 days. So we're gonna have to hang out for a little bit. Although we can do it, which is
Winning their hearts
convenient.
and minds.
And then we'll refit this to the outpost. We'll do both outposts. And then well, once we've done both outposts, we'll probably send off Foxtrot 80 to the next target. We're gonna have Fox Trot hang around in case they somehow get outposts back down. In case we need to do a bombardment. He was saying this was a valid refit. Maybe isn't a valid refit. Oh, that's a glitch. There we go. So, Fusion Platform should hopefully be able to become the Fusion Platform Block 3 was the hope there, right? If I understood correctly. Yeah, so it says that's a valid refit. That's a valid refit. Why aren't you allowed to refit at the space dock? You just repair it, so the place has a dock. Pretty sure I did the space dock, not, yeah, Vesta. Let's see if I can do the refit from the other side. Ship construction. Or Vesta. Refit a dock ship. Oh, when I hit refit the dock ship. Okay. This is all the ships, which is not a good filter. That was not the point. I want filter to Vesta. Fusion platform to Fusion platform block 3. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure where the refit wasn't showing up. There it is. It'll be done in 2, and then I'll be able to claim location. Bonus knowledge. Protect human life. Protect the vehicle for economy. Or target opposing factions, because we're extremist. I don't need the ops. Economy is good, but I don't really want to lose the public opinion boost, and this also seems weird. From a moral standpoint, we're not. I think I think when we were initiative, we did this option. We're going to leave it in the manufacturer's hands for the knowledge. I think the economy at this point is probably stronger, but. Okay. Undock. So you got Fusion Outpost. Why is the Fusion Outpost not working? There it is. Okay. So grab the first one. And then obviously you want to go back to the station to repair, resupply. It'll be done in 2 days. In the meantime, we can get this base going. It's automatically doing a fusion pile, into a construction module, into an outpost core. We're going to want a mine and a PDA. There we go.
Policy direction complete.
Better with the EU. Once that cooldown's done in the 25th of April, so January, February, March, April, May. So in May, we'll be able to tell the EU to reach maximum size. Undock, Fusion Outpost, last place. Fine, PDF. At this point, we've got enough control points, or enough mission control. I'm not worried about going over our mining limit. I'd probably prefer to be doing it for places that have better nobles, but it is what it is. Okay, with that, we can check our Kill Them All objective. Ganymede. Ganymede is the next place with alien resistance that we have to get rid of out in Jupiter. Question then is, do I want to try to take advantage of any of the inner system asteroids with a lot of nobles? .4 on Ganymede, okay. And there are two that are technically better than Ganymede, which is Hertha and Antigone. They would be the other targets. And I assume, yeah, this is the main asteroid belt for that one. Some of these are main asteroid belt targets. Yeah, main asteroid belt targets. We'll hold off on going for these. We'll try to go straight for Jupiter. So, Foxtrot 800. Please make a transit to Jupiter. I'm not going to be quite so ballsy to go straight for Ganymede, where the aliens are. Yeah, they're on the best site in the system, but apparently the system body with the best nobles, besides what they're on top of, is Io. Let's make the transit to Io. We'll be there in 16.87 weeks. We're gonna have you refit back to the platform type. The refit was only supposed to take 2 days. I guess the refit in that direction was longer than I was expecting. Yeah, the refit in that direction was longer than I was expecting. It should be about to end. There we go. Okay, and then we want you to also make the burn to Callisto. We'd like you to make the trip slower, or to Io. So we want you to make the trip slower. So that's actually too fast. Go slower. When is 800 getting there? I don't burn to 800. 19th of February, so we want you to arrive after the 19th of February. Here we go.
Standing by for orders.
Heavy alien life forms in
Heading to
Prisons
the
of Valdea.
LZ.
Let's get rid of that one. Think
I'm
about
here.
it. Okay, we got Kyrgyzstan that we're waiting for executive control. Here we're up to 21% with Purge, which means I can spend influence and just brute force our way in with 90%
Terminating
chance. So
the
we'll start
opposition.
that. Okay, let's confirm science. Let time pass. We got ships under construction. We're waiting for more nobles to pile up to build the next batch of ships after that. We have an alien assault cruiser inbound. Assault carrier inbound. But we got a fleet tasked with jumping them as soon as they arrive in system. The Dusty Plasma Radiator is done. You know, let's pick up the exotic spike radiator. I don't think we're going to build it, but we can always evaluate how valuable that is. The reason we would do this would probably be to save nobles. Let's evaluate if the new radiator type is saving notable nobles on our Titans. So we currently have lithium spray. Swapping to Dusty Plasma, I think, will be a mass savings. I don't think it's going to save nobles. Yeah, so it's a 4K increase in nobles. I don't think we need the mass savings that badly. It is a 5K mass savings, don't get me wrong. But saving 5K in mass to spend 4K in nobles is not a good ratio. The alternative, I suppose, would be to drop back down to the tin droplet. That would actually take us all the nobles away, at the cost of the 10K in mass. We might think about that when we do the improvement in the power plant. Still researching that. Initial confinement fusion reactor 7. One of the better power plants in the game with 99.9% efficiency. Goes into the best drive in the game, although we can't refit into that drive. We're going to refit into that power plant, but not into that drive.
I think we had a breakthrough.
Mission in progress.
Offering support.
More ships coming to low Mercury. New fleet targeting Tianagon. Oh, so this is Victor 10, 1,109. We engaged this the last time they arrived at Tianagon. We lost a fleet doing it. And I guess probably their response to that was to go home, get repaired, and now they're coming back. We may have a response ready for them when they get here. 794 will probably have jumped the assault carrier by then. But until then, we don't have anything to do with them. Okay, let's work up that list.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Eight, 2, 8. Okay, so instead of targeting, the warships, they're going for the poor colony ship. Well, the colony ship's dead. Okay, there's the Marine Assault Unit upgrade. Grab that XP. Again, we got pretty heavy tech bonus, right? We're up 14.5k. So I've got plenty of science at this point. We're going to probably complete the entire tech tree before we win the game. Again, because we're waiting on drives to do things. No, waiting on tech to lock the drives, and once we have that, we're going to be so far through the rest of the techs at that point. Okay, Outpost Core. Good to know. I'm focusing on the right stuff, yeah. Focusing on the reactor. Reactor's expensive. Arguably one of the better reactors in the game. So that's why it takes forever to research.
Our associates are now in charge.
Got our first point in Afghanistan. No, we don't need them working on the bomb. Or boost. Or knowledge. Fire will work. And then we'll do funding mostly here for the rest of the influence. there, we should be able to do Purge on the next one.
Ready.
Yeah.
We're taking power.
Where to? Let's see what we can see.
Let's do one more counselor cycle, and then we'll go ahead and put a part break
I
in for you
believe they'll
two.
stay loyal to the cause.
Okay, I think that makes them
Laying the
that's
groundwork.
loyalty. 1723. Yeah, the aliens are
Lending
frequently
my
Earth more and more these days.
Offering support.
Elite Marine Assault Unit. Okay. Donetsk region only considered hostile to European control. Okay, so that'll help out a little bit more with that negative from the hostile claims. The Malice is not very big at this point anymore, but it's still a lot of territory that's having hostile claims. Still a lot of government unity that needs to be spent.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
A new record for human longevity. Administration. Control of the aliens. Security of the United States. Okay, so that's not super great. We'd like the resistance to actually fight them, but worst case scenario, if they take too long, we'll fight them. Start upgrading the core here. We're getting 12.3 nobles. More nobles, better nobles. And yeah, if other than losing the noble income from this location, there's nothing really costing us for upgrading it. And there's the other one. Again, same sort of thing. We're going to upgrade the core. When the core is done, we'll upgrade all the modules.
We found something.
We've removed some threats.
We're in full control of Afghanistan. So, improve relations like we did with Kyrgyzstan. And next, not next cycle, but the cycle after next, we'll be able to federate that with the Caliphate.
Ready.
Reporting in.
Cash. It's time you get a loyalty monitor. We can see that he currently has 20 loyalty. Okay, so we're not too worried about his loyalty. Next counselor, time you get a loyalty monitor. They have 19. Good enough. Not worried about theirs. We'll grab a unifier. I think that's a little bit worth more than security. Again, we're gonna grab another loyalty monitor. 17. Grab some science while we're here. Grab a loyalty monitor for you. You're probably the lowest in the team. 9. Yeah, you're the lowest on the team. Well, the lowest we know about. But technically, the person I'm going to have
At your
sending
service.
to do the Inspire mission, we don't know because I haven't given them a loyalty monitor, but they should be high.
I'll ensure their
There we go.
loyalty.
Your orders?
Let me develop a campaign
I will
in
tell our
Pakistan a little
story.
bit.
Your orders?
Where do you need me? We must persuade the people.
Ready for orders. We're going in.
Technically, we reduced it from major to light, but let's try to nip it in the bud and keep it gone. Anyway, before we get too carried away, I think this is where I should put the part break in. We've taken over one of the asteroids and sort of advanced our quest to kill them all. Next target is Jupiter. I think that is a fleet that probably can fight alien fleets without any assistance. We're hoping at least the Earth version of it can as well. Aliens currently control 5 regions in Earth. When we're farther out of the system and less worried about alien armies arriving, we'll take the opportunity to get rid of the alien administration. At the moment, we're sort of letting the resistance do it, using the magical powers of the United States and India and Japan, and hopefully the resistance is doing a good job of that. They might not, but hopefully they are. While we're trying to expand the mega nations, we'll try to keep them stable. Again, at this point, EU probably is stable. I could probably slow the roll down with government and unity and redirect more to funding. But although we're pretty close to funding cap, so it wouldn't take much for the funding to be capped. Then there wouldn't be anything to spend there. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I can take a short break here to get up and stretch the legs and sip some tea. And hopefully I'll try to keep a little bit on top more of the Twitch chat as it comes coming in. Although other than one spam message, it's only been Hail Storm 007 here that said howdy. So the Twitch chats aren't that aggressive at the moment. So until next time, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.